Welcome, and yes, it is completely legal and possible to fly for free and in luxury when you follow some of these steps. Now, this is something that I have done over the last 5 years. I've been able to stay in penthouse suites across the world. I've been able to fly first class and business class and save well over $50,000 in travel by utilizing this legal loophole that only a few people get to use and understand. So let's talk about it. Now, first off, no, I am not talking about credit cards as in spending money on them and just acting like you're never gonna pay them back. That's not how you get free travel. But it does involve personal credit and the possibility of business credit if that fits you and your situation. Now, what it comes down to is there are certain credit cards and banks that only have access to what I would call partner systems, which allows you to transfer the rewards that you have on those cards to other places and partners that give you access to 80–90% off flights, mainly flights and some hotels. Now, the cool thing about this is the fact that the credit cards in the systems that you want to be focused on are Chase, American Express, Bilt Rewards, Citi, Capital One, and then most recently, Wells Fargo. Now, places like, let's say, Bank of America or Navy Federal, they might have travel rewards, but you can't transfer your rewards outside of the system to get additional benefit. For example, I was able to transfer Chase points over to, Amex points over to Hawaiian and then over to Alaska, where I was able to book a $5,500 American Airlines flagship business class flight. It cost me $50 and 50,000 points. Now, if I were to do the same thing in, let's say, a travel portal like US Bank, Bank of America, or even the American Express portal, even though they have transfer partners, it would cost me 550,000 points. Instead, I was able to save 80%, and I only came out of pocket $50. So what it comes down to is building the relationships and getting the right cards. You want to focus on hitting sign-up bonuses on cards such as the Chase Preferred, the Chase Reserve, the Amex Gold, the Amex Platinum, for example, some of the Capital One cards as well, but I would focus on Capital One later. But when you hit these sign-up bonuses, 60, 80, 100K, and then when you focus on the business side maybe later on, or you do have a business and you can apply to those cards, you can get sign-up bonuses as much as 250,000 points with the Amex Business Platinum card. So you could get 5 of those business class flights with that one sign-up bonus. Now, the key or the caveat in terms of how do we do this is you don't necessarily book in the American Express portal or in the Chase portal. The banks that I was talking about, Chase, American Express, Citi, Capital One, Bilt, they are a part of an exclusive system or network that allows you to transfer points into partners and then book flights through those partners. Meaning you could transfer Chase points or American Express points into something like Virgin Atlantic, which is where I book a lot of my Delta flights for even 30–40% cheaper than booking Delta Sky Miles. Now, I don't focus on co-branded cards because you don't get good value out of co-branded cards unless you actually fly them a ton. But if you really want to get more value, you want to focus on these cards, like I said, the Preferred, the Reserve, Amex Gold, right? These are going to be able to transfer to multiple partners like Virgin Atlantic, British Airways, Qatar. And that way, you can transfer points from, let's say, Chase's system into British Airways. And sometimes they even have transfer bonuses that allow you to get additional value. So you want to build your credit with the right banks that are part of these systems, which I mentioned. Then if you want to be able to stack more points, you can then tap into the business cards where you can get even larger sign-up bonuses. Now, if you want to look and try to find availability when it comes to finding these flights at 50, 60, 80% discounts, then you're going to want to use sites such as points.yeah or my favorite, which is seats.aero, where you can filter things and they will give you the partners. You know, they cover about 60 to 70% of the partners. These global partners, it could be tons of them, right? And then it'll give you options where you could get that business class flight for 50,000 miles or 50,000 points. And then if you have those types of points and that system, Chase, Amex, Capital One, or Citi, is a part of that partner network, then you can transfer points into that network after confirming that that flight is available and then getting it much cheaper. So this is an exact strategy on how I and my clients, my customers have been able to save thousands of dollars worth of travel by utilizing credit card points and miles. Make sure, especially if you are using personal credit cards, that you're always paying them in full, that you're always setting up auto pay as well, so you're not getting into situations where you're hurting your personal credit. And of course, use credit responsibly. But this partner system network is so amazing. It's treated me so well. And once you understand the system and the process, it is really easy to implement and keep doing, which is exactly why I have been able to save well over $50,000 worth of travel. And then I can strategically add cards that fit to what I'm looking for and to add more points. And then I use the right credit cards to then continue earning points in the right categories of spend. So yes, there is a way to absolutely legally travel for free when you understand the information and you implement the right information as well. So go ahead, check that out. If you guys have questions, drop them down in the comments below. Also check out the video where I break down certain cards and certain strategies for those who are a little bit more visual or analytical. It'll give you more insight. But either way, I wanted to record this video quickly on my walk so you guys had access to the information. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, you're a business owner or you're someone trying to build your credit and you want more guidance on the right banks and the right situations to get into, then reach out to me with the link down below. We can discuss if it makes sense. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. And I'll see you next time. Peace.